A quality banjo really chimes. It rings. I'm Keith Alessi. I'm the writer and performer of Tomatoes Tried to Kill Me and Banjos Saved My Life. A true story, my true story. My interest in the banjo really makes no sense. I didn't grow up with banjos ringing in my ears, but I saw that show, The Beverly Hillbillies, and that song, The Ballad of Jed Clampett, captured my imagination. And that started me on a journey of collecting many banjos, and I kept figuring I was going to play them one day, but I kept sticking them in my closet because life kept getting in the way. At the peak of things, I had 52 banjos in my closet, and I couldn't play a single one of them. Over the years, I had taken the banjo out of the closet and I hadn't made any progress, but as I was getting a little older, I'd started to attend banjo camps, and I was inspired to really be serious about pursuing the instrument. So on a Monday morning, I walked into my office in Edmonton and quit my job as a corporate CEO to go all in on this banjo dream that I had for myself. I thought, this is it. I'm going to figure out how to play these banjos once and for all. So after quitting that CEO job, I had a routine doctor's appointment, and I'm told that day, I have a year to live. I had a deadly strain of esophageal cancer. This comes as a total shock, of course. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to go. Receiving diagnosis like this, it's a total kick in the gut. And I'm in shock. I want to simplify my life. I want to put my wife at a place where if I'm going to die, she's going to have a lot of support for her. But I'd always had the ability to compartmentalize, and I just stayed focused on the things that I could control. So what I chose to control was my attitude, and just really focus on trying to learn to play the banjo because it represented a future, hope, life. I went through some pretty rigorous treatments, but I had the ability to just take it day by day, whatever was coming at me, and not to get too far in front of myself. And that launches me on a very interesting journey of healing and ultimately to the stage. And if you're trying to place the accent, it's a Windsor, Detroit, Chicago, Denver, Edmonton, Vancouver, Southwest Virginia accent. Over the years, I'd attempted to learn to play the banjo by taking lessons. I'd attempted to get YouTube videos, books, tapes. None of that ever worked for me. But as I was settling in after my treatments, I joined a circle of musicians in Southwest Virginia, old-time banjo and guitar and fiddle players. And that's where I start to figure the music out, and it's where I start to find physical and emotional healing as well. These people embraced me, encouraged me, gave me tips, and that really was crucial in developing some sort of level of skills on the banjo. But what ends up happening is as I'm going to my routine medical appointments, doctors are asking me, what are you doing? You're looking better than you should be given what you've been through. And I said, well, I'm following your instructions, but I'm doing this music circle thing and I'm finding a lot of satisfaction. Ultimately, they say you need to tell this story. Well, where am I going to tell my story? Nobody's going to listen to it, but I was well familiar with the Canadian Fringe Festival circuit. And there, anybody can put a show up. You enter a lottery. If your name gets pulled, you get to go on stage and perform a show. So I entered in 2018 a series of lotteries. My name was the first name out of the hat. And so now I have to write a show, and I do. They say you can tell who a person really is by looking in their closets. I had 52 banjos in mine. The show is called Tomatoes Tried to Kill Me, but Banjos Saved My Life. The tomatoes and banjos are literal. The tomatoes gave me acid reflux, which caused my esophageal cancer. The banjos saved my life because it was a pursuit of them that kept me focused on something positive, but they're also metaphorical. I'm first generation. My father was born in Italy. He was a fairly abusive parent, and so it's the metaphorical trying to kill me, and the banjos represent the metaphorical life I picked for myself. My first show in Toronto, I had 3 reviewers in the audience, and they all panned the show. They said, this is not rise to a level of a theatrical production. This is a TED Talk. And they're right, that's what I was used to. I hadn't been on the stage since senior year in high school, 1972. It was rocky at the start, but the thing that really triggered what subsequently came is even from the first shows, people were coming out of the audiences with profound personal stories. And so I knew I was connecting with audiences, and that inspired me to continue going. The show is storytelling with much music. We'll laugh, they'll cry, and hopefully they'll leave inspired. Many days you've lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times, come again no more. Maybe my hard times weren't all that bad. Without the fringe festival circuit, without independent theater, I never get to tell my story. This has been an amazing second chapter in life, not one I would have ever expected. And I think it's critically important that you support the people who support you, and you provide the opportunity for folks who are less fortunate in terms of resources. From day one, we never accepted any sort of expense reimbursement, and we donated back 100% of ticket sales to the organizations at which we were performing. And since that first show in July of 2018, we've raised over $1.3 million for local charities. The healing power of music, it is real. I lived it. There is no question in my mind that pursuing music played a crucial role in my recovery. And not everybody has the outcome I had, but one thing we heard from a hospice worker that came to one of our shows, she said, you know, the people who have an interest, whether it be music, gardening, whatever it is they do, they don't live longer necessarily, but they have a much better end of life. And I truly believe that. I am 10 years post-diagnosis. Yeah, you never say you're cancer-free. They'll say you're in remission. My doctor always says the same thing to me. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because I don't see people 10 years after this particular treatments that I went through. So knock on wood, I'm feeling good, and as long as I do, and as long as I have the energy, I'm gonna keep telling this story wherever that takes me. And if my time is up, music played a critical role in the level and quality of life I've been able to experience. People are always asking me, you know, Keith, what's next for you? I really don't know. I mean, I'm 72 years old. I'm still in reasonably good shape. I certainly want to continue telling the story. We're going to be touring the province, mostly in rural communities this summer. I'd like to move into some larger venues, not because I have ego needs, it's just I'd like to have maximum impact, and the more people see the show, the more impact I can have and the more money we can raise. So I think I'll probably be, as I go forward, selecting opportunities where I can have ultimate impact. That said, we just did a show 2 or 3 days ago with 20 people, and it was awesome. I never want to lose the roots of what we've done either. People who want to follow what we're up to, they can go to our website. There they'll find many resources about the instrument, about cancer support. Our tour schedule is always out there. We have a part of our website where people can put their own personal stories on it, and we share it with the community. That's always been awesome. And we're on all the other social media platforms as well. But there's a lot of information out there, not just about the show, but about the instrument and jamming and all kinds of other things related to it. We'd love to see folks come out when we're here in September and early October. You're going to be inspired, and you're going to help support your community.
From studios to stages, our communities inspire creativity. What should we highlight next on maxTV Local? Let us know at SaskTel.com/local.